After the intensity of last lesson, we're going to just bring it down a notch in this lesson and just kind of give you time to reflect and experiment with a lot less scope. So what I want you to do in this lesson is obviously keep practicing your scales and keep trying to record these things in. But your main objective is to come over to this panel here and click on the instruments, and actually I would like you to experiment with the various instruments available to you. I think it's really important to understand the different sounds that you can get. More often than not, we'll just go straight to a preset that we understand that we've used, and we won't look through any of the others because there's just literally so many. So I want to take this lesson for you guys to say, you know what, let's start a new track, and I've started one here. So just by right clicking, insert MIDI track, and I've just called it looking at sound. If you're wondering how I got this a lot wider, I've actually just clicked on this and I've made it wider here just so you can see the title. And I'm just going to literally go through all of these sounds. I'm going to experiment with what I like. And I may write them down, I may not. I just, it doesn't really matter. But we're just going to have a little play around. So let's start with this analog instrument. Drill down by using the arrow and then say, okay, let's keep in mind that we're playing a melodic sound still. So let's come over to see what the synth leads they've got in there. So drill down again and then say, okay, let's try one. Let's go, I did a better, bright saw lead. There we go. So double click and now let's play it. And you can play it along with your track. And that's nice, so we could look at that. But we're not going to stick there, we're going to move on. Now, the good thing about this, you've got your track set up. If you double click on any of these, it will overwrite your devices. So make sure you've got your devices selected so you can see what's happening. And now let me just take you to another instrument. So that's the analog. Feel free to go through any of these and just see what they sound like. Now let's take it to collision now. Let's see what collision's like. So let's go down to synth keys. And now I double click. Now, actually, before we go any further, you see these icons here. They're slightly different. This one's here's got this line going down the middle. Let me try and find one that doesn't have a line going down the middle. And this one doesn't. What that's basically telling you is this preset is made up using a rack. You don't need to know what that is, but there is a difference between just having an instrument set up and a rack. Racks are fantastic, and maybe at a later date we'll get into it. I don't want to confuse the issue too much now, but if you want to do research on racks, absolutely. They allow you to come up with some really complex sound creation. So just be aware of those two icons. So we're just going to click on our lead synths, and we've got this rack here, double click, and you'll see that it overwrote everything that was there. That device that was there has now gone, it's disappeared. So let's play this one. Oh, I like that. Let's play that, let's see how that sounds. Doesn't really work with what I've got there, but actually I could see that that could work for something. Okay, so this is your main mission, just to keep going through. We've got drum racks, we don't need to worry about that one. We've got this electric instrument, so let's see what this one does. We've got pianos and keys, so let's try one of their pianos. Actually, let's see what synths they got. No, just pianos, keys and mallets for the electric instrument. So let's go a Mark II piano. So if you want to go all jazz on it, that's nice. Let's try another one. So that's the electric. External, we don't need to worry about. Impulse, I think mainly this is percussive sounds, but you can have a little play with that one. Instrument racks, so these are all just racked units. So if we go to lead synths, here we go. And these will all be racks. You can see that by the icon. Remember, if you just single click, it will give you a preview as long as this button's on. Okay, so let's double click on this one. Okay, so we looked at that one. Let's close rack units up. Operator. So let's go and click on one of these. Okay, and this is all I want you to do. Just have a little look, see what's available. Sampler's a nice one, we've got loads of good stuff. Let's have a look at vintage on this one. Double click, let it load. It's quite a complex instrument, so it might take a little bit more time. Okay, fantastic. And we've also got a simpler, which is a cut down version of the sampler. So let's try a voice one on this one. Very, very cool. Okay, let's try tension. A nice 80s kind of video game experience there. Okay, so that is your mission for this lesson. It's just to literally come through all of these instruments and just have a little play. You know, try playing in some of these improvisation patterns, but just have a look, see what they sound like, see what the difference is, okay?